I want you to write this down because this one sentence may save your life and redeem your years. The wealthiest place on earth is not the diamond fields of South Africa. It is not the oil wells of the Middle East. It is not the banks of Switzerland, nor the vaults of London and New York. No, the wealthiest spot on this planet is the cemetery, the graveyard, not too far from your house, filled with unwritten books, unsung songs, unlaunched businesses, unbuilt solutions, unspoken ideas, untrained leaders, gifts that were never opened, and destinies that were buried with their owners. I want you to feel that. I want you to see the soil heavy with could have been, might have been, should have been, and I want you by decision to refuse to donate your gift to that place. Today, I set an agenda for your life, not for your feelings. We are moving you, listen, to shift you from barely surviving a job to exercising kingdom dominion in your assignment before you die. We are not talking about a paycheck. We are talking about purpose. We are not talking about promotions. We are talking about dominion. Let us make man in our image and let them have dominion, says Genesis 1:26-28. You were not born to fill a cubicle and then a grave. You were born to empty your gift before the cemetery makes a claim on it. Please write that down. Die empty. Some of you have come in here tired, underpaid, underused, overlooked. You work hard and go home harder, and your soul whispers at your desk, I was made for more. I see you. I honor that ache inside of you because it is the signal that you are alive. Give yourself a hand for showing up tonight. Only the few, the exception, the rare breed make room in their schedule to confront their destiny. Are there any eagles in this room? Then lean forward and join me at the top because we're about to offend your excuses and liberate your identity. I got news for you. Your job is a resource. It is not your source. Your source is your creator and the gift he loaded into your spirit. A man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great men, Proverbs 18:16. And the psalmist says, promotion comes neither from the east nor the west, but God is the judge, Psalm 75:6-7. That means your supervisor can rate you, but he cannot source you. Your desk is a dock. It is not the ocean. Your cubicle is a tent. It is not your country. Your paycheck is seed. It is not your harvest. My greatest dream and wish for you is this, that you will make a decision to not add to the wealth of the cemetery, that you will go to the grave completely empty, every idea delivered, every song sung, every solution tested, every gift employed, every assignment fulfilled. Say it with me. I will not donate my destiny to the grave. Write it down. I am moving from job survival to kingdom dominion. So here is our covenant for this session. I will coach you like a father, push you like a mother eagle, and confront you like a prophet because time is short and your purpose is long. We will upgrade your identity. We will lay out the principles and we will put it on your schedule so you can fly now. This room is not for pigeons. This room is for the rare breed. Welcome to the altitude. Now lean in because I must interpret your pain before it interprets you. I want you to write this down and say it with me. Thorns are messages telling you fly now. Again, louder so your fear can hear you. Thorns are messages telling me fly now. The scripture says, as an eagle stirs up her nest, flutters over her young, spreads abroad her wings, takes them, bears them on her wings. So the Lord alone did lead him. Deuteronomy 32:11-12. That word stirs means she makes it uncomfortable on purpose. Mama eagle builds a nest on the crag with sticks and thorns. Then she pads it with wool and feathers and soft things. The eaglets love it. Oh, they lie there and snack and chirp and get fat on comfort. But when she decides it's time for them to discover what's inside, she does not negotiate. She rearranges the furniture. She pulls the padding. She turns the soft side down and the thorn side up, and suddenly the same nest that once cuddled now pokes and pricks. And those little eaglets begin to stand, to shuffle, to spread what they have always had but never needed wings. Please hear me. Some of you are sitting on prickly chairs right now. Your Monday is poking you. Your Tuesday is pricking you. The same department that used to applaud you now ignores you. The same leader who used to shield you has gone silent. The meeting that was once a pat on the back has become a thorn in the side. I got news for you. This is not punishment. This is preparation. These are not random irritations. These are flight signals. Layoffs, toxic meetings, stalled promotions, budget cuts, the policy that suddenly puts you outside the circle. Write it down. These are not rejections. They are redirections. You have a binary choice in pain. Use it for depression or for direction. Use it for discouragement or for development. Use it to sink into self-pity or to rise into strategy. Everybody say, choose altitude. James says, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. James 1-2-3. If the trial produces something, then the thorn is a teacher. The nest is being stirred because the sky is your assignment. Are there eagles in this room? Then stop interpreting thorns as abandonment, interpret them as alignment. When the email thread goes cold, when your idea is side shelved, when your name is not on the list, don't reach for a sedative, reach for your wings. The thorn is telling you, schedule your certification, pitch the solution, prototype the concept, update the resume, expand the network, mentor the junior, call the client you've been afraid to call. Romans 8:28 declares, all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose. All things includes thorns, toxic rooms, and closed doors. Let me be Mama Eagle for a moment. I am not praying for the thorns to disappear. I am praying for your wings to appear. Your Father is hovering. He is close enough to catch you, but he will not cancel flight school. So when you feel the prick this week, don't curse it, tote it. Message received, fly now. Now that the thorns have delivered the memo, let me deliver the mandate. I want you to write this down. Dominion is not dominating people. It is mastering your assignment and environment under God's design. Say it with me. Stewardship, not control. Service, not tyranny. Mastery, not manipulation. When Genesis 1:26 says, let them have dominion, it never licensed abuse. It authorized alignment. Dominion is disciplined alignment with your God-given design that turns your daily labor into purposeful leadership. Write this down. Your job is what they pay you to do. Your work is what you were born to do. Never confuse your check with your calling. A company can cancel your job. No one can cancel your work. You retire from a job, you can never retire from your work. Your job is a channel. Your work is the river. Proverbs 18:16 says, a man's gift makes room for him, not a man's title, not a man's popularity, his gift. That means you must carry your work into your job until your job bows to your work. Are there eagles in this room? Then go to the office as an ambassador, not an orphan. 2 Corinthians 5:20 calls you ambassadors for Christ. Ambassadors don't beg for chairs, they bring a government to the table. Success is not a gamble, it is a product of design. Write it down. Function follows purpose, and purpose is discovered in the mind of the Creator. If you don't know the purpose of a thing, abuse is inevitable. The manufacturer always issues a manual. The scripture is the manual. Matthew 6:33 is a design instruction. Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you. Alignment first, addition follows. When you align with design, success becomes predictable because you are operating as intended. So how does dominion look on Monday? It shows up as excellence, doing it right when no one is watching. It shows up as innovation, seeing solutions before the meeting sees the problem. It shows up as integrity, keeping promises, keeping time, keeping character. It shows up as problem solving, lifting burdens off people and systems so the whole house rises. Write that down. Dominion is burden lifting leadership. Colossians 3:23-24 says, whatever you do, do it heartily as to the Lord and not unto men. From the Lord you will receive the reward. That means your supervisor signs the check. but heaven evaluates the heart. I got news for you. Promotion follows purpose, not personality. Fruit, not favor, sustains influence. Daniel 6:3 declares, Daniel distinguished himself because an excellent spirit was in him. And the king planned to set him over the whole realm. Joseph didn't network his way into Pharaoh's palace. He served his way. He solved his way. He interpreted his way. And whatever he did, the Lord made it prosper. Genesis 39:3. Write this down. Your paycheck is a receipt for your job. Your fruit is an invoice for your dominion. Proverbs 22:29 asks, do you see a man diligent in his business? He shall stand before kings. Diligence is not busyness. It is faithful alignment to design, producing reliable outcomes. From this moment, go back as salt and light, preserving what is decaying, illuminating what is confusing, setting the temperature, not reading it. You are not surviving a death. You are expressing a kingdom. When you practice excellence, innovation, integrity, and problem solving that lifts others, you are not doing extra, you are doing dominion. Say it with me. I bring my work to my job. I align with design, and I lead by fruit. Write this down. Identity precedes activity. Who you decide to be determines what you consistently do. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Proverbs 23:7. That means your calendar is a photograph of your identity. Your inbox is a mirror of your identity. Your conversations are a soundtrack of your identity. Before we change what you do on Monday, we must settle who you are on Sunday night. Are there eagles in this room? Then I want you to join me at the top, because altitude is not first a location, it is a decision. 1 Peter 2:9 says you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, which means you don't wait for a title to be royal, you bring royalty to the task. Let me give you the taxonomy so you can choose your species. Pigeons are noisy and common. They flood the ground, pecking at crumbs, arguing over inches, flapping at every shadow. Ducks complain. Have you ever heard a pond at dusk? Quack, 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 blame, blame, blame. Always the weather, always the boss, always the system. Vultures feed on dead things. They circle decay. They scan for failure. They live off what has already died. But eagles, eagles fly high, see far, and land on targets. Eagles don't attend every argument they're invited to. Eagles don't waste thermals on gossip. Say it with me. I am the rare breed called the eagle. Now map it to your workplace so your discernment becomes practical. Gossip circles are pigeon coops, noisy, crowded, territorial, and allergic to altitude. Complaint threads are duck ponds, endless quacking, producing no progress, just ripples of negativity. Doom scrolling is vulture, feed rotting headlines, decayed opinions, dead dreams, consumed one swipe at a time until your spirit smells like a carcass. I got news for you. If you keep eating where they eat, you will fly where they fly. If your diet is crumbs, your destiny will be crumbs. Write this down. Eagles choose their inputs before they choose their outputs. I met a young analyst, let's call her Naomi, who spent her breaks at the pigeon coop by the copy machine. She knew every rumor by lunch, and by 3 p.m., she was too heavy to fly. One day she made an identity decision. I am an eagle, and her behaviors rose. She moved her break to the rooftop terrace, replaced gossip with a podcast on systems thinking, swapped the duck pond Slack channel for a mentorship huddle with 2 interns, and blocked vulture feeds after 9 p.m. 3 months later, the director asked, where did this altitude come from? It didn't start with a task. It started with a name. Here is the boundary, and I want you to write it in bold. If you need the approval of pigeons, you will forfeit the altitude of eagles. Choose either applause at ground level or clarity at cloud level, but you cannot have both. Colossians 3:2 says, set your mind on things above, not on the pond, not on the coop, not on the carcass. Everybody say it with me. Eagles are not distracted by pigeons. Say it again until your fear gets offended. Eagles are not distracted by pigeons. Lift your right hand and declare, I choose my species, I set my mind above, I rise to my designed altitude, and because I decide eagle, my Monday will behave like an eagle. Are there eagles in this room? Then take your pen and obey this instruction. Please write this down. Sight sees what is. Vision sees what can be. Vision is your navigational system at work. Proverbs 29:18 says, where there is no vision, the people perish. Which means where there is no vision, departments drift, careers decay, meetings multiply, and purpose leaks. An eagle can see a rabbit moving 2 miles away. Scientists say they lock on a target and filter noise. That's leadership. That's dominion. You don't need more hours. You need more clarity. You don't need a longer to-do list. You need a longer look ahead. Hear the rhythm and let it discipline your week. No vision, no velocity, no velocity, no visibility, no visibility, no viability. Say it again with me. Until your calendar trembles, no vision, no velocity, no velocity, no visibility, no visibility, no viability. Habakkuk 2:2 says, write the vision and make it plain that he may run that readeth it. If it isn't written, you can't run it. If it isn't plain, you can't sustain it. And I got news for you. Say it with me. Clarity attracts resources. Confusion repels them. Budgets, mentors, and opportunities orbit clarity. Confusion creates meetings, not movement. So here is your flight assignment, and I want you to date it tonight. Set a 1-2 month dominion vision. The problem you will solve, the value you will create, and the measurable fruit you will deliver. Put it on paper. 3 initiatives, 3 metrics, 3 stakeholders. Date it and post it where you work. Example, initiative 1, reduce customer onboarding time from 14 days to 7. Initiative 2, build a live knowledge base of 50 process articles. Initiative 3, train 2 junior staff to run the system without you. Metrics, cycle time, negative 50%, ticket deflection, plus 30%, internal certification of 2 proteges. Stakeholders, customers, finance, savings, operations, stability. Post it above your monitor, set weekly checkpoints, and let your meetings submit to your vision, not the other way around. Ambassadors bring agendas. They don't wait for agendas. Let me show you how altitude responds to clarity. Marcus, a quiet analyst on the 3rd floor, busy, faithful, invisible. He took this mandate, wrote his 1-2 month dominion vision, and taped it to his screen. He mapped 3 initiatives. Automate a monthly report. Cut error rates in vendor invoices. Mentor a temp into a full-time reconciler. He set metrics. 4 hours saved per report, 1% error rate, 1 certified mentee. He named stakeholders, CFO, AP manager, and a key vendor. Within 6 months, the automation freed 48 hours a quarter. The vendor error rate dropped below 0.8%, and the mentee passed internal certification. The CFO stopped at his desk and said, who gave you permission to do this? Marcus smiled. Vision did. Clarity attracted the budget for phase 2. Ephesians 1:18 is my prayer over you, that the eyes of your understanding being enlightened, that you may know the hope of his calling. Vision is spiritual before it is strategic. Go to the Lord, get the picture, write it plain, and then schedule it. Every Monday, begin with your 1-2 month sheet. Every Friday, measure against your 3 metrics. Every month, report to your 3 stakeholders. Say with me, clarity attracts resources. Confusion repels them. Lift your hand and declare, I will not clock in without a compass. I will not move without a map. I will fly by vision, not by vibes. Vision is the first altitude instrument. Set it, see it, and soar. Now that your eyes are set and your calendar has a compass, I must protect your airspace. Please write this down. You become like the environment you tolerate. Protect your atmosphere. Proverbs 13:20 says, he that walks with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. Atmosphere is not neutral. It is forming you when you think you are just passing time. Your vision is a seed, and seeds don't grow on concrete. They grow in a guarded garden. Say it with me. Curating company is not arrogance. It is stewardship of my altitude. Everybody declare, eagles fly alone, quality over crowd, purpose over popularity. Let's do an association audit. Write this down. Limit time with complainers, schedule time with builders, secure time with mentors. If you give your ears to quacking, your heart will start quacking. Psalm 1:1 warns us, blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, which means blessing begins with boundaries. Audit your calendar right now. Who gets your mornings? Who gets your lunch? Who gets your commute? Reduce the complaint cohort to 5 minutes of courtesy and expand the builder circle to weekly appointments. Lock a standing slot with a mentor every month, 30 minutes, to check your assumptions, correct your drift, accelerate your development. 1 Corinthians 15:33 says, do not be deceived. Bad company corrupts good morals. If the Bible calls it deception, then the danger is subtle. Write it down. Access shapes altitude. Here is a practical boundary for tomorrow's lunch. Turn gossip time into growth time. 15 minutes of reading aligned to your vision. 15 minutes of notes converting ideas into actions. 15 minutes of outreach. An email to a mentor. A check-in with a builder. A thank you to a stakeholder. That's 45 minutes of altitude while others are pecking at crumbs. Do that 4 days a week and you will log 3 hours of intentional ascent every 7 days. Say it with me. My lunch is a ladder. Guard it like a runway. Now hear this authority line and please engrave it on your spirit. Trust is the result of time and test. Don't give access you haven't assessed. Jesus had the multitudes, the 70, the 12, and the 3 circles by discernment, not by guilt. Proverbs 4:23 commands, keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. God in your heart includes God in your calendar, your chats, your brainstorm rooms. At work, tier your access. Colleagues, collaborators, confidants, test for character, competence, and alignment before you share your strategy or your soul. Are there eagles in this room? Lift your voice and chant it. Eagles fly alone. Say it again. Eagles fly alone. Quality over crowd, purpose over popularity. Give yourself permission to leave the pigeon coop of opinion and join the quiet corridor of vision. From today forward, I curate my company, I schedule my builders, I sit at the feet of mentors, and I guard my runways. Because I am an eagle, my associations serve my assignment, and my atmosphere protects my altitude. Now let me take you into the weather, because altitude is proven in the wind. Please write this down. Storms are not for drowning, they are for lifting. Headwinds become updrafts for eagles. When pigeons panic and ducks run for the reeds, the eagle faces the storm, sets its wings, and lets the very pressure others fear become the elevator others never find. Isaiah 40:31 declares, they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles, which means strength is renewed in the presence of resistance, not the absence of it. Are there eagles in this room? Then I want you to join me at the top into the wind. Translate this to your Monday so you stop mislabeling your miracles. Deadlines are not drowning, they are discipline appointments. Restructures are not ruin, they are reassignments of relevance. Difficult managers are not devils, they are dumbbells. And dumbbells don't hate you, they shape you. Write it down. Pressure is a promotion exam, answered with preparation, poise, and principle. You have a binary in every gust, fear or flight, panic or practice. Choose practice because micro reps under pressure build macro confidence. Romans 5:3-4 says, we glory in tribulations also, knowing that tribulation worketh patience, and patience experience, and experience hope. If it works something, it lifts something. Let me give you the mechanics of storm flight so your spirit has a checklist. In a storm, spread your wings, pause, prioritize, prototype, then present with clarity. Pause, don't flap, set your attitude. Take 90 seconds, breathe, write the target outcome in one sentence. Prioritize, not everything is urgent. Select the one needle mover. Ask, if I only deliver X by 5 p.m., what changes the game? Prototype. Build a lean first pass, sketch the model, draft the 1 page, mark the dashboard, fast, ugly, functional, present with clarity. Deliver the prototype with a crisp narrative problem, approach, next step. Ask for a 24-hour window to iterate. That's how eagles use the gust to glide. Say it with me. I use pressure for altitude. Here's a picture from the floor. Friday, 3:47 p.m. Client escalation. We're canceling unless we see a fix by Monday. Jamal, a quiet project lead, felt the gust, fear or flight. He opened his storm checklist. Pause one sentence outcome. Prioritize. Stabilize the failing handoff. Prototype. Spin a sandbox. Map the patch. Run a 5-case test. Present at 5:12 p.m. He sent a 2-slide brief. Root cause, proposed patch, Monday commit, risk notes. The client said, we can stay the weekend, see you Monday, lift. The same wind that could have scattered the team carried them. Monday, 10:30 a.m., demo passed, contract renewed. 2 Corinthians 4:17 calls out pressure, light affliction, which works for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. Did you hear that? It works for us. That means the storm is your employee. Command it. This week, when the calendar compresses and the voices rise, spread your wings, pause, prioritize, prototype, present, and let the headwind become your highway. Lift your voice and declare it until your fear resigns. I use pressure for altitude. I sit the exam with preparation. I carry myself with poise, and I execute by principle. I am an eagle, and I love storms. Now that you know how to ride the wind, I must guard your runway. Please write this down and say it with me. Discernment prevents detours. Measured trust preserves momentum and protects your mission. Are there eagles in this room? Then lean in, because altitude without discretion becomes a crash. Eagles test before they trust. They don't hand the keys of the cockpit to a smile. They require a license, a logbook, and a flight check. Here is your trust protocol, and I want you to commit it to practice. Pilot projects before big commitments, milestones before mandates, evidence before endorsement. Say it again, pilot, then commit. Milestone, then mandate. Evidence, then endorse. Before you sign the 1-2 month statement of work, run a 1-4-day pilot with one deliverable and a visible metric. Before you announce a department-wide change, set 2 milestones with go, no-go criteria. Before you put your name behind a personal proposal, collect evidence, past performance, present behavior, and pressure-tested reliability. Proverbs 14:15 says, the simple believes every word, but the prudent man looks well to his going. Prudence is not paranoia, it is process. People's stewardship is kingdom stewardship. Write this down. Tests for character, competence, and chemistry. One pass is not a pattern. Character answers, can I trust your motive? Competence answers, can I trust your method? Chemistry answers, can I trust our momentum together? Don't confuse charisma with character, nor activity with ability. Give a small assignment and observe attitude under feedback. Give a timed task and observe accuracy under pressure. Give a team touch point and observe humility under conflict. 1 Thessalonians 5:21 instructs, prove all things, hold fast that which is good. Even Jesus, the Bible says, did not commit himself unto them, for he knew what was in man. John 2:24-25. If the Lord tested proximity, you must too. Now your opportunity filter, and I want you to write this in bold across your vision sheet. If it distracts from vision, delays development, or dilutes values, decline it. Good is often the enemy of God's assignment for you. Offers that sparkle but steal your schedule are traps wrapped in twine. Invitations that elevate your visibility but evaporate your viability are not promotions, they are potholes. Say it with me. No to distraction, no to delay, no to dilution, yes to direction, yes to development, yes to design. Let me give you a picture from the floor so this becomes muscle, not just notes. Priya, a product manager, was offered a glossy, cross-functional takeover, big title, blurry scope, zero guardrails. Old Priya would have said yes and drowned in alignment meetings. Eagle Priya ran the protocol, pilot a 1-0 business day spike on one feature with success defined as 15% churn reduction in a test cohort. Milestones. Day 4, data slice. Day 8, stakeholder review with a go, no-go gate. Evidence. She asked for the last 2 postmortems from that team and called 2 quiet engineers, not just the talkers. Result? The data exposed a systemic bottleneck outside her control and a culture allergic to accountability. She declined to take over, proposed a narrow charter with clear authority, and 6 weeks later delivered the 15% reduction with a team she could trust. Momentum preserved, mission protected. Are there eagles in this room? Lift your voice and declare it until your gates are guarded. My access is valuable. I will test before I trust. Say it again. My access is valuable. I will test before I trust. From this day, pilot before promise, milestone before megaphone, evidence before endorsement. Discernment prevents detours, and measured trust preserves momentum and protects my mission. Principle 5. And I want you to write this down like a grocery list for your destiny. Today's excellence feeds on today's insight. Stale input starves innovation. Your output cannot exceed the freshness of your input. Eagles do not snack on roadkill. They catch what is moving. Vultures circle what is dead. That's why they look like what they eat. I got news for you. If your diet is dead gossip, your deliverables will smell like decay. But if you eat live ideas, your work will pulse with life. Are there eagles in this room? Then lift your voice and say it with me. I eat fresh, I think fresh, I produce fresh. Now let me put a plan on your plate so this becomes behavior, not just belief. Your Live Food plan is threefold. Write it down. 1 book per month directly aligned to your 1-2-month dominion vision topic matched to your top problem. Mark your calendar today. Pick the title, set 20 minutes a day, and extract 3 actions per chapter. Second, 1 long-form article per week, 1,500 to 3,000 words, industry analysis, case study, or method breakdown. Friday lunch becomes your reading block. Highlight, summarize in 5 bullets, and post a 2-sentence insight to your team channel. Third, 1 mentor conversation bi-weekly, 30 minutes on Zoom or in person. Send your questions 24 hours ahead. 1 assumption to challenge, 1 pattern to confirm, 1 blind spot to expose. Everybody say book, article, mentor, fresh, fresh, fresh. Let's talk about your meeting diet, because some of you are overeating complaint calories and wondering why you feel heavy. Reduce the quacking buffet. Replace it with 2 5-minute problem-solving sprints. Define 1 bottleneck. Time box ideas to 8 minutes. Pick 1 test. Assign 1 owner. Schedule 1 follow-up. Then add a 1 0-minute learning review at the end of each stand-up. What did we try? What did it change? What will we do by Monday? No venting without a variable. No complaining without a countermeasure. Write this down. Meetings are meals. Serve protein, not pastries. Data is nourishment. Jesus said, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. Matthew 4:4. In your work, let every week proceed with measurement. Every Friday, 3 questions. What worked? What wasted? What will we change by Monday? Track 2 to 3 metrics that mirror your vision: cycle time, error rate, stakeholder delight. Color them red, yellow, green, and let the colors tell you what to cook next. Proverbs 4:7 says, wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom. Data is wisdom in numbers. Scripture is wisdom in words. Together they keep you fresh. A picture from the floor. Elena's team used to marinate in rumor marinade, 30 minutes of hallway autopsies after every client call. They shifted to the live food plan, a monthly book club on service design, a weekly article digest, and a bi-weekly mentor call with a retired VP. Meetings flipped to sprints and reviews. Friday metrics went on a wall. 90 days later, onboarding time dropped 42%, support tickets fell 28%, and the director said, you taste different. That's what fresh will do. Are there eagles in this room? Stand up inside and declare it until your mind believes your mouth. I eat fresh, I think fresh, I produce fresh. From this day, dead gossip is off my plate, live ideas are on my fork, and my data is my daily bread. Fresh in, fresh out, altitude secured. Fresh in, fresh out, altitude secured. But I must not leave you flying alone at that height. Please write this down. Dominion scales through systems and successors. Genesis 1:28 is the first mandate of management. Be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it and have dominion. Did you see the order? Multiply, then dominion. If you cannot reproduce it, you cannot rule it. Train to reign. Say it with me, train to reign. One more time, train to reign. Let's begin where eagles begin with their young. The mother eagle doesn't just feed eaglets, she forms them. She turns comfort into curriculum, instinct into instruction. So here's your workplace flight school, and I want you to write this down. Document, delegate, develop. Document the how. Convert your best work into checklists, templates, and teachable modules. Take the tacit and make it visible. Your brain is not a system. Your brain is a bottleneck. Habakkuk 2:2 said, write the vision and make it plain, that he may run that readeth it. If it isn't written, you can't run it. Create one-page SOPs, Loom videos under 5 minutes, and templates that produce the same excellence on Tuesday at 4 p.m. when you're not there. Proverbs 24:3-4 declares, by wisdom a house is built, by understanding it is established, and by knowledge the rooms are filled. Wisdom builds, documentation establishes, knowledge fills the rooms with predictable excellence. Now, delegation. Write this down. Delegate with design, right task, right person, right deadline, right feedback loop. Don't dump, design. Give a clear outcome, the resources permitted, the constraints that matter, and the review rhythm that guarantees growth. I call it the 4 R's of the handoff. Result, resources, rules, and rhythm. Exodus 18 shows Jethro counseling Moses to appoint able people over thousands, hundreds, 50s, and 10s. Structure is not unspiritual, it is obedience to capacity. Right task match difficulty to current muscle plus a stretch. Right person character before charisma. Consistency before creativity. Right deadline specific, stage, and scene on a calendar. Right feedback loop when we meet, what we measure, and how we correct without crushing. Now, development. Eagles return to the ledge again and again until flight becomes form. Schedule weekly 3-0. Minute coaching questions, practice, review. 10 minutes of questions to surface thinking. 10 minutes of practice to stress the skill. 10 minutes of review to reinforce what to repeat. Maturity grows by measured stretch, slightly beyond comfort, never beyond care. 2 Timothy 2:2 is your mandate. The things that you have heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit to faithful men who shall be able to teach others also. 4 generations in one sentence. That's dominion by design. Ephesians 4:12 says, leaders equip the saints for the work of ministry. Equipping is training, not talking. I got news for you. If your work depends on your presence, you don't have dominion, you have dependency. If vacations threaten collapse, you are not a leader, you are a lever being pulled by panic. Write this down. Leaders build ladders, managers babysit. Build ladders, documents, templates, and cadence that carry people up without you holding every rung. A picture from the floor. Andre led a support pod drowning in heroics. Tickets only moved when Andre touched them. He became an eagle. Month 1 document, 12 micro SOPs, 3 checklists, 2 response templates. Month 2 delegate with design. Right task to right person with a visible board and a 4 8-hour rhythm of review. Month 3 develop weekly 3-0 minute coaching, questions, practice, review, plus a stretch assignment each cycle. 90 days later, first response time fell 37%. Resolution time dropped 29%. 2 juniors became shift leads, and Andre took a week off without the dashboard catching fire. Dominion looks like that. Are there eagles in this room? Lift your voice. If I cannot reproduce it, I cannot rule it. Say it, document, delegate, develop, declare it, train to reign. From today, my excellence will outlive my presence. My systems will speak when my mouth is silent, and my successors will soar higher than me. That is kingdom multiplication. That is dominion. You have trained your young. Now I must tend your wings. Please write this down. Renewal is not a reward. It is a requirement. Tired eagles land low. I got news for you. Burnout is not a badge of honor. It is evidence of broken alignment. Are the eagles in this room? Then lift your voice. My strength is scheduled, not assumed. Say it again. My strength is scheduled, not assumed. Your calendar is a confession of faith. If renewal is not on it, fatigue will write your future. The eagle is the only bird the Creator compares himself to. If the Creator said he mounts up like an eagle, then study the eagle to mirror the design. When an eagle senses weight, parasites, and drag, it withdraws to a high, quiet ledge. It faces the sun. It opens its wings. It molts, drops what no longer serves flight. Please write this down. Pluck the old habits that waste you, tools that date you, attitudes that drain you. Pride is a heavy feather. People pleasing is a heavy feather. Meetings with no mandate are heavy feathers. Molting is mercy. Remove the weight before the wind embarrasses you. Now your rhythm of retreat, and I want you to schedule it before you sleep. Daily silence, 10 minutes. No screen, no scroll, no second voice, just stillness before the Lord. Breathe, open the scriptures, ask one question. What do you want me to see today? Psalm 46:10 says, be still and know that I am God. Knowing follows stillness. Weekly review, 60 minutes. Every Friday afternoon or Sunday evening, look at your 3 initiatives, 3 metrics, and 3 stakeholders. Ask, what worked, what wasted, what will change by Monday? Celebrate one win, confess one drift, choose one adjustment, quarterly vision, reset half day, fast from noise, reread your 1-2 month dominion sheet, prune one initiative that no longer fits, upgrade one tool, realign one relationship. Write what you will, stop, start, and strengthen. Habakkuk 2:2, make it plain again. Strategic withdrawal is not quitting, it is fueling. Even Jesus withdrew himself into the wilderness and prayed. Luke 5:16. If the Son of God scheduled solitude, how much more must his ambassadors? Write this down. What I do between assignments determines what I do inside assignments. Altitude is not only produced in storms, it is preserved in stillness. A picture from the floor. Lydia, a senior operations lead, was heroic and hollow, always on, seldom aligned. She embraced the eagle's rhythm. 10 minutes each dawn in silence, recalibrated her reactions. The 60-minute weekly review eliminated 2 zombie meetings and resurrected focus. The half-day quarterly reset exposed an obsolete tool eating 8 hours a week. She molted gossip lunches, retired a legacy spreadsheet, and confessed a pride posture that resisted delegation. 90 days later, throughput rose 24%, escalations dropped 31%. Her team booked 2 certifications, and Lydia said, I feel lighter. That's molting. Are there eagles in this room? Put your hand on your heart and declare, renewal is my requirement. I will pluck what no longer serves my flight. I will schedule my strength. And here is our capstone. The promise that clothes this principle with power. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Isaiah 40:31. Consistent renewal secures sustained altitude. Fly, then withdraw. Work, then wait. Molt, then mount. Dominion is not a feeling. It is a scheduled fly now with structured, measurable action. Are there eagles in this room? Then I want you to pull your calendar out in your mind and in your hand, because heaven honors order and the earth responds to routine. This is not inspiration. This is implementation. Write this down. Day 1, vision on paper. 3 initiatives, 3 metrics, 3 stakeholders, make it plain. Habakkuk 2:2 says, write the vision and make it plain that he may run that readeth it. Put it in 1 page. Title it 1, 2, month, dominion sheet, and before the sun sets, send it to an accountability partner by email. If it is not written in witness, it will not be worked. One page, one partner, one promise sent today. Day 2, association audit. Proverbs 13:20 still says, he that walks with wise men shall be wise. Schedule 2 mentor touches for this month, 30 minutes each. Questions sent 24 hours ahead. Cancel 1 gossip meeting. Remove it from the calendar without apology. Add 1 learning block, 25 minutes this week tied to your top initiative. Psalm 1:1 warns that blessing begins with boundaries, so draw the line. Write it down. My calendar is my cage or my catapult. I choose catapult. Day 3, storm practice. Romans 5:3-4 declares tribulation works patience, experience, hope. Pick 1 pressure point right now, a deadline, a defect, a difficult stakeholder. Design a 4-8-hour prototype response. Pause. Prioritize the 1 needle mover. Build a lean first pass, then present findings with a 2-slide brief problem approach, next step. The storm is your employee. Make it work for you. Deliver your prototype by close of day 4 morning and ask for an iterate window. Lift is in the discipline. Day 4, trust protocol. Define your access rules and write them. Pilot before promise, milestone before mandate, evidence before endorsement. Proverbs 14:15 says, the simple believes every word, but the prudent looks well to his going. Choose 1 new request today and apply pilot before promise. Reduce it to a 7-14-day test with a visible metric. Circles by discernment, not by guilt. Multitude, 70, 12, 3. Guard your runway. Day 5, fresh input. Read 30 minutes from a book aligned to your initiative. Summarize 5 insights in 5 bullets. Apply 1 by close of business. Matthew 4:4 reminds us we live by proceeding word. Add data to your diet. Measure the 1 metric your action should improve and log it in green, yellow, or red. Fresh in, fresh out today, not tomorrow. Day 6, train to reign. Document 1 process you touch weekly, a 1-page SOP or a 5-minute loom. Teach it to a junior today. Questions, practice, review, and set a follow-up checkpoint 7 days from now. 2 Timothy 2:2, commit to faithful people who will teach others also. If you cannot reproduce it, you cannot rule it, so reproduce it today. Day 7, renewal day, a 60-minute review, what worked, what wasted, what will change by Monday. Prune 1 habit that drains altitude, 1 heavy feather plucked. Schedule your next quarter's half-day retreat. Then pray Isaiah 40-31 over your week. Lord, as I wait upon you, renew my strength. Let me mount up with wings as an eagle. Let me run and not be weary. Let me walk and not faint. And I want you to seal it with your mouth. Say it with me 3 times. It's time to fly. It's time to fly. It's time to fly. Join me at the top.